Good evening. I am Sanan. Welcome to Radio Bharti. Let's begin with the top news updates of the day. The headlines: NCRB data shows rise in cyber crimes using mobile phones and computers. Jammu police bust cross border narco terror network. 6 arrested, 5 kg heroin seized. Asim Munir becomes Chief of Defense Forces in Pakistan. Disaster toll rises to 486. India expands Operation Sagar Bandhu. Sensex and Nifty rebound after 4 days losing streak. Land and property transactions are driving India's economy in big way, says Director LR Secretary Manoj Joshi. FIH Junior World Cup India to face Belgium in quarterfinals today in Chennai. East Bengal defeat Punjab FC in first semi-final of AIFF Super Cup. Now news in brief. Cybercrime cases involving communication devices like mobile phones or computers as a medium to target the gullible people of the country are on the rise. As per the latest published report of 2023, Crime in India of the National Crime Records Bureau, the data shows an increase of over 33,000 cases in the year 2023 as compared to year 2021. In Jammu and Kashmir, in a major breakthrough, Jammu police has busted a cross-border narco-terrorism network and arrested 6 individuals and seized nearly 5 kg of heroin along with a catch of weapons. The recovered contraband is valued at over 30 crore rupees in the international market. SP Ajay Sharma said that the operation led to arrest of 6 members of the racket, 4 of whom have been remanded to judicial custody. Police recovered 4.95 kg of heroin and 3 pistols, exposing a well coordinated drug trafficking module with links to Pakistani handlers. Pakistan President Asif Ali Zardari has approved Asim Munir for the newly created position of Chief of Defense Force, while he also remains the Chief of the Army Staff, solidifying the military's distributing dominance over Pakistan's civilian government. This move, which grants Munir command over all 3 services for 5 years, is a stark confirmation that the army has once again outmaneuvered the political leadership, effectively making the civilian government subordinate. Sri Lanka's disaster toll has risen sharply, with the Disaster Management Center confirming 486 deaths and 341 people missing. More than 1.71 lakh individuals from all over the 51,000 families remain displaced and sheltered in 1,231 relief centers nationwide. Amid continuing hardship, India's Operation Sagar Bandhu has expanded its emergency response. Indian efforts continue through the airlifting of strand victims, providing medical assistance and helping re-establish connectivity. Benchmark domestic equity indexes, the Sensex and the Nifty ended in positive territory today, snapping a 4 day losing streak. Although the indices opened on a negative note, but soon they recovered and traded with gains for most of the intraday sessions. The Sensex gained 159 points to close at 85,265, while the Nifty added 48 points to settle at 26,034. The broader market indices at the Bombay Stock Exchange edged today. The mid caps index lost 0.2%, while the small cap index declined over 0.3%. Secretary of the Department of Land Resources Manoj Joshi today said that the land and property transactions are driving India's economy in a big way. He was addressing the nation's hypnosis on Naksha, National Gypstolic Knowledge Based Land Survey of Urban Habitations and Land Stack hosted by the Minister of Rural Development in New Delhi. In the FIH Hockey Men's Junior World Cup 2025, India will face traditional rivals Belgium in the quarterfinals today at Emogrey in Chennai. The PR Sarijesh coach side has been neutral in the round robin stage, notching up significant victories against sides that are not traditionally strong in hockey. They beat Chile by 7-0 and Oman by 17-0 and Switzerland by 5-0. In football, East Bengal defeated Punjab FC by 3-1 in an exciting first final of the AIFF Super Cup at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Fatorda, Goa yesterday. Mohammad Basim Rashid, Kevin Sibley, and Saul Crespo scored a goal each for East Bengal, while Daniel Ramsey converted a penalty for the only goal for Punjab. East Bengal reached their second final of the season. Following a narrow IFA Shield defeat to Mohon,